I want to take a couple minutes then to talk about Vi and her history. So I don't know, everybody here knows Vi, but I don't know how many people know where she came from and where all that stuff. So I did a real in-depth interview with Vi at her place, which was really cool. When she was inducted into the Hall of Fame. So I found out a bunch of stuff that even though I've known her all my life, I didn't know. So Vi was born on December 19th, which I knew that because she tells me starting usually about June 30th. Just to remind me. But, the date was 1935, so if you do the math, that puts next December, she turns 89. That's pretty cool. Her parents were Jack and Florence Cottrill. She lived on the 12th of Bruce and turned west. I'm not exactly sure which house it was or whatever down there, or farm, but it was west towards the lake. She had two siblings, a sister Wilma, who is deceased in 2022, I think, and then a brother Orville. Okay, and this table here, or maybe two tables, this table, if you all want to raise your hands, these are all relatives of Vi. I understand, and wealth and whatever, so it's a big commitment for them to come here for this, which is really cool. When Vi was 10, her mother passed away. So she moved in with her grandparents, and they lived in Elderslie Township. Vi went to school in Mount Hope, which is a big, thriving metropolis of about maybe 4 people now. Anyway, she went to school there, and she grew up there. And then when she was about 19 or 20, she moved back. And I think at that time she moved in with her dad at the, I'm going to call it the cottage or whatever, the place on the shore road where she lived for a long time. She from what do I got here? It was about this time that she met Webb. So her and Webb became inseparable, and were best of friends for years and years and years until, and I don't know the date. Can somebody tell me what date that was? When did the year when did her Webb pass away? Remember?
Well, he passed away.
It was a blank spot in my notes.
Long time.
Long time ago. Anyways, that's right. So we all have many really good memories of Vi. She volunteered and worked at so many places, and I know I've got a bunch here, and I've missed Face Fancies, and I know I do have it written down here. Some of the places where she actually worked, she worked for Elizabeth and George Watke as a housekeeper. She had a couple pretty neat stories about that, which I won't get into, but she also worked as a babysitter for the Hernandez family, Tony at the restaurant, JC's restaurant. She volunteered for groups. I'm going to name a bunch off here real quick. Port Elgin Sunocos, Port Elgin Bears, Old Sunocos Old Timer Team, Bill Buckton's Type program, which is where she met so many kids. Ralph's and Maple Square ball teams, Figure Skating Club, Southampton Care Center, Elgin Lodge, Weason Beisel ball games. Weason Bison, sorry. I never liked the Bisons anyway. I see a couple of them burying back there. The United Church, obviously she did a lot of work for the United Church and more, many more. And then she was a strong supporter, not necessarily worker, for every spring when they put the yachts at the lake, and every fall when they took them down, she was always there. She may have mentioned to me one time about there's hot dogs there, so I don't think that's the only reason she was there. But she went to almost every hockey game that was at the arena, all the figure skating events, slow pitch games, especially Pete's. Is there any Pete's there? Especially, yeah. She had a real thing for the Pete's. Any ball game, adult, youth, practically any event in town that was going on, she would be there. We all have our reasons for wanting to help Vi. She has touched us in so many ways. For me, I'm happy to have the opportunity to be able to thank Vi for all that she has taught us through the 3 generations of her youth. It's easy, so some of those things that she taught us, in my opinion, it's easy to make friends. You just have to get within talking distance of Vi and you're a friend. It's easy to take people, it's easy to talk to people even if they're older than you. And this was touched a little bit earlier. So the kids learned that they can talk to adults. It's just easy, and Vi made it so easy for them. And it's easy to talk to people even if they may seem a little bit different to you. And by that, I mean, for me personally, Vi and I have had many conversations about this. We have almost nothing in common. She goes to the United Church and I supposedly go to the Presbyterian Church. At least we're going to go with that. Unless there's anybody here from that church here that's going to call me a liar. I did on one time. Okay. She's a staunch conservative, and I'm supposed to be, according to what I've been told, a staunch liberal. And she cheers for the Maple Leafs, and I cheer for anybody but the Maple Leafs. So right now, those 3 things probably put me in the most hated person in the room here. But anyways, the only thing that we seem to have in common is that we both umpire ball games. And our lifelong, both of us have a lifelong ambition to kick Barry Dunlop out of a game. And neither one of us have been able to do that. I'm probably trying to do it. So, anyways, Vi, we all love you. Thank you very much for what you've taught our kids and us. And wish you the best for the next many, many years. Hope you're very comfortable.